So the next story set we're doing is of The Land. The story has some pretty good and pretty bad parts too. If you agree with me, let me know. All right, so the story, The Land, is a pretty interesting concept, and how the guys get the characters into the fantasy world is done pretty well. It's not something that they just appear and it just happened. So the way they're drawn in is a pretty nifty way, and it's all explained through good concepts. The characters are, pretty fun, pretty well done, and the voice acting again is really well done. I'm happy with the voice acting. But I've never heard a gamer make so many bad choices with abilities and stat scores. I have never. I mean, I've listened to a lot of lit RPGs. I've listened to a lot of audiobooks in fantasy, and if the stats for equipment is required, the character makes some very strange decisions on what might be needed and how things would help. And I just thought they just made some bad decisions, especially if they've been gamers for so long, as it was explained in the story. I'm not sure if the author has been a gamer for some time, because it really seems like the character in the story made some really strange, really bad decisions, and there's a main character who's using his certain skills to supposedly become all powerful, but he's going at it being a ranger, which is silly. So anyway, there's also lots of character changes and character stat changes that are done a lot through the story, and it also takes you out of the story, which removes the immersion of it. One of the better parts of the story is when the character does take over a town, which he is able to mold it to what he wants. He's able to create different buildings and create different guards out of some of the different resources that the town has, which is probably one of the better parts of the story. I've heard that through a lot of different lit RPGs, and that's probably one of the better aspects of this story, that the character is able to take the town and build it, and it is in a secluded area, and he's able to bring a lot of people some more safety, which is pretty well done. So that is one of the better aspects of that story. Even though the story was pretty well done, the reading of all the different character stats and character changes and ability changes, again, I don't need all of that to have the interesting story. Otherwise, the reason that the characters were there and everything else was pretty good with the story. So if you are that kind of listener, then you should get that one.